President Cyril Ramaphosa will address the Black Business Council Summit in Kempton Park later this evening to reflect on the progress made in advancing black businesses over the past 30 years. Business reporter Ntokozo Khumalo is at the summit and joins us now for an update. Ntokozo, the president is a very busy man today. What's high on the agenda for the black businesses at this year's summit?
Afternoon, Masichaba. Indeed, the president has been quite busy over the last couple of weeks and today. And later on, as you said, he will be at the Black Business Summit, which is day 2 of the summit, and really a reflection on this day after the passing of African Bank founder, that's Dr. Sam Motsuenyane. So black businesses here really reflecting on what he meant for black business, of course, having started African Bank way back during even apartheid years, having that knack for entrepreneurship and business. And I am now joined by one business owner, and that's Ntokozo Khumalo, who is the founder of Simsake. Thank you so much for talking to us now. It's a company that's involved in tech. And Dr. Sam was quite vocal in his final days about the importance of upskilling young people. For you as a young person in that space, what does his legacy as sort of the founder of black business mean to you, and carrying that forward for the next 30 years?
Look, that's such a very remarkable question, Ntokozo, because look, we're quite sad at this point that we are facing his passing. But this is one of the great leaders we've had that had impeccable ethical leadership. These are people that, you can draw reference from if you want to build a very resilient business for the next 30 years. As a founder and a nuclear scientist that has gone into broadband infrastructure, you find that there's quite a lot of monopoly within our systems. Then you need to use their principles and how they've managed to fight the wars back. And we're using those same principles, those same values, and just applying them right now. And most importantly, he was one of the champions to actually get the black child, boys and girls, into science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And I know African Bank does a lot of work regarding bursaries towards that, especially data science. And data science, data analysis is one of the in-demand skills in every field, in every sector. So we really, appreciate the work that Dr. Sam has done. We can draw lessons from that. We can pick up principles. We can pick up values, and also have a way on how we can build our own businesses for the next 30 years.
And so bringing then the conversation back here, I'm sure there has been that reflection on what he meant, for black business in the country and just driving that economic transformation. One of the panels you were on was looking at skills development for the next 30 years. And really skills has been high on the agenda of discussions, as Masichaba alluded. President Cyril Ramaphosa himself really highlighting the importance of skills if we are to grow the economy. Being a nuclear scientist and in the space that you're in, how much work do we still need to do?
Quite a lot. Look, we live in modern times, and we must take also stock for the past 30 years. South Africa right now produces PhD students for the rest of Africa. South Africa right now is it's number 33 in the world rank on research and development, and also how we have managed to convert our science and technology innovation policies into entrepreneurship. So now there's this coherence, there's this merging of economies, and now science plays a role. Entrepreneurship is in the midst of that. And I do encourage women to get into entrepreneurship, because that is an economic emancipation. So today we did speak a lot about skills development. We spoke a lot about skills that needs to be groomed from the grassroots levels. We looked at how important for our skills. President Cyril Ramaphosa had a commission. I was part of it on the 4-Hour Commission. He was really zoning in on the number of skills that are required if we were to shape South Africa in order to solve our top problems. We need to solve water, we need to solve sanitation, we need to look at digital infrastructure. South Africa is sitting at the southern tip of the continent, so we have now the ability to actually build big hyperscale data centers, and that requires a lot of cloud architects. It requires people with digital literacy and as well as so many soft skills. But now the issue is, how do we then put together private and public? Private sector can be very naughty sometimes and just leave the work to public. Government can't do all the work.
So a lot of work, Nomso, that still needs to be done. Of course, Nomso Kana, who is an entrepreneur in the STEM space, just encouraging women there, Masichaba, to really get into entrepreneurship and look for opportunities within STEM, something that the founding father of African Bank really encouraged young people to do. We're about to head in, listen in on some sessions there. Of course, as we said, we are going to hear from the president later on this evening, and we'll give those updates later on in the day.
All right, thank you so much. We'll keep up to date with that information coming from the venue where the president will be arriving soon. That was Ntokozo Khumalo bringing us all the updates.